Gena Boubard, thank you for being here. Can you tell us why you wanted to run for this year's Miss Indigenous Canada?
Yes, thank you for having me today. So for the Miss Indigenous Canada pageant, I have never known there to be an openly Indigenous and Two-Spirit pageant queen before, outside of drag queens or specifically Two-Spirit pageants. So this is a new space for me and I'm really proud to be a part of it.
That's awesome. And you previously ran for Miss Southern Manitoba World and Miss World Canada. These competitions are nothing new to you. Can you explain what you learned from those competitions and what you can bring to this one?
Yes, absolutely. So I actually held the title of Miss Southern Manitoba World in 2018, and that was a really great experience. And then I competed at Miss World Canada. And the greatest thing that I took out of those was the sisterhood and the empowerment between all of the women. At the time, there was many of us from different cultural backgrounds, so that was a really beautiful experience. And so I hope to bring in the same sense of sisterhood into this pageant as well.
You also have a really interesting background with relations to your family name and your family. Tell us about that.
Yes, so my great-great-great-great-great-grandfather was Kakekapenaise. The English translation to that is forever bird, and he was the first chief of Sagkeeng, and he signed Treaty 1 on behalf of our people in 1871. And so my mishum is a direct descendant of Kakekapenaise, and it's a fact that my family is very proud of, and I carry that spirit of leadership that he held in everything that I do.
How important is also your culture and being who you are in terms of your Indigenous identity, putting that out there?
Yes, it's at the forefront of my identity for sure. I was raised in my culture and in ceremony, and so those are teachings that I always carry with me no matter where I go. And I'm just so proud to be part of the first pageant to be led by Indigenous youth that's rooted in cultural pride.
You're also a strong voice for the Two-Spirit community. Do you think we need more voices out there in the community, especially now with regards to what's happening down in the United States?
Yes, absolutely. It's very important for our First Nations communities to educate themselves on the history of Two-Spirit people and the roles that they had in our communities prior to colonization. They held important roles in leadership. They were healers, they were medicine people, and I really hope to encourage other communities to bring that back. And it's also important for allies to step up and use their voice in support of our Two-Spirit relatives, especially our youth.
And if you were chosen to be Miss Indigenous Canada this year, what would you do with the title?
There is a lot of things that I would love to do with the title of Miss Indigenous Canada 2025, but my main goal is to visit as many First Nations communities as I can to not only educate myself, but share the diversity of our cultures, our languages, our traditions, and also I hope to do some research on the various ways that we honored Two-Spirited people in our communities across Turtle Island.
You also are a makeup artist by trade. What's that like, and what's it like for you? Do you try to push your Indigenous culture or who you are in that field as well?
Yes, absolutely. I have experience working at Sephora Canada, and I've also freelanced as a makeup artist, and I've always liked to sometimes match my eyeshadow to my beadwork or my jewelry. And it's always been a source of creativity for me, and it's convenient to do a pageant and to be a makeup artist myself. It's just something that I love to do.
Finally, Gena, what is your message to our Indigenous youth out there who have big dreams and they want to do something with their life? And what is your message to them? You know, you went to become a makeup artist, you've taken part in these competitions. What is your message to them?
My message would be is that the fear will always be there, but it's important that we sometimes can take it head on and go for our dreams anyway. And there will always be a community to support you. It might not feel like it sometimes, but just know that when you stay true to yourself, your people will find you.
Gena, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you for your time.
Miigwech for having me.